Danny, not the result we were looking for. Your thoughts on the 1-0 defeat at Widnes?
Not the performance we were looking for either, Steve. Widnes fully deserved the 3 points. Everything that we've been good at in the last couple of games, especially Collins and Glossops, Carlisle Cities, the out of possession stuff, even when you've got the ball, the running, the work rate. I just thought it was a stretch too far today, and I'll take that on the chin. It's me. I probably should have freshened the team up a little bit more than what I did. But last time I done it, obviously it came back and bit me on the backside. So I'll look at it again. I'll watch the game back and I'll see where we've gone wrong. And like I say, we've had an honest conversation in the dressing room, and we've got to make sure that the next 4 games we treat them as cup finals, because today I felt like we were just a little bit off it. And when we're a little bit off it, teams sense it and they punish us, and they have done that today.
Slow start. I thought we gradually got back into it in a fashion, and then we had a great chance. Felt a young Car Nugent. Is that a turning point, do you think?
No, I wouldn't say a turning point, because we were poor right the way through the game. I wouldn't say there was any part of the game where I felt that we were dominating the ball or dominating the game. Even that one, it's a turnover of possession in the middle, and Kai's obviously made a great run. Scotty's found him, and look, he knows himself. He's got to finish it. But look, there's many other things. That isn't the reason we've lost this game today. Definitely not. We've been outworked and outfought today, and that's the biggest disappointment for me. And I can only apologise to the fans. I know there's some fans that made the journey down, and I can only apologise to them from me, because that's not acceptable, and it's not something I want to see from a working Reds team.
Was the pitch a problem? We know it was 3G before we came here, but it seemed a bit lively compared to probably the surfaces at Leek and Skelmersdale.
That's another excuse. That's all that is. It's an excuse if we're going to look at that, because look, the simple fact is we weren't good enough today. That is the basics of it. We weren't good enough. We weren't at it. We weren't imposing ourselves on the game, even in the first 20 minutes, where I felt that Widnes really overcommitted to sides, whichever side of the pitch the ball was. We were taking 3 passes to get the ball switched out of the congestion, whereas that's not normally like us. It's normally into the middle, out, and we're 1v1 or 2v1 on the opposite side of the pitch. So that for me was a frustrating one. We were forcing things when it wasn't on to force. We didn't keep the ball enough, and it wasn't a performance that, in my eyes, replicated anything about us today.
In terms of crosses, I thought we'd done well. Certainly got more crosses in today than probably any other game this season.
Yeah,
Dav particularly, and Greg first half.
We've got into good areas, but I don't think we've done enough. And I think the crossing in wide areas has to improve. That's something I've spoken about. Me and Terry speak about quite a lot. Yes, Dav's putting 2 or 3 good balls throughout the game, but we've got to be better in wide areas. The amount of crosses we get in the final third, we've got to start putting numbers to that. We've got to start putting assists to that. We've got to start committing bodies into the box. But the thing is that getting into them areas, and midfielders are doubting whether they should go in the box, because they don't know if it's going to beat the first man or it's going to be overhit. We've got to start having more quality in there, and that's obviously something that we're working on at the moment. But we've got to start seeing the rewards for that.
They get a goal, we lose possession. Not much time to bounce back after a late goal like that.
No, look, if we were playing well and we go 1-0 down, we've shown it in the past, we've shown it 2 or 3 times this season. We can go and score goals quick fire in stoppage time, we've shown that. But the way we were playing today, we're never going to get back into it. It was kind of a hope. I think obviously Scotty Al, he's unlucky, the boy makes a fantastic tackle late on. But even then, I still think it would have been a get out of jail free card, because we were nowhere near it today. And that's something that obviously we'll have to address.
You mentioned Scott Allison. He did get the ball in the net first half. What did you think of the free kick that the ref awarded?
Oh, the referee thinks it's a foul. He thinks it's a foul. We've just got to go with that. There's nothing we can do. We can't affect that now. For me, it's a harsh one. But look, if it was at the other end, I'd probably be screaming for it, wanting a foul. But if that's what we're hanging our hopes on to, is a one sort of that could have been, then we're struggling. That's what today's come down to. We haven't done enough. We haven't done enough with the ball. We haven't done enough without the ball, and that's not good enough. We've now got 4 games to put things right, and every single one of them players in there are starting to fight for a place in the team. I think obviously next weekend we'll make plenty of changes between the 2 games, and it's a case then of making sure that team players are fighting for every shirt going in the starting lineup, because it's got to come to a point where some players have got to stand up. We can't keep relying on the same players week in, week out, especially the older ages. older age players. It's got to come to a point where the next batch of players have got to come through and step up to the mark.
The first of those games next weekend, a cracker in Prospect, Widnes Albion, they're coming up on the rails. Should be a good game next week.
Yeah, good, but funny thing is, it's one that probably will turn up to and do really well in, because we seem to do that against the teams at the top end of the table. It's the ones at the bottom end of the table. We've dropped points to Widnes, we've dropped points to Ramsbottom, we've dropped points to City Liverpool, who were down there at the point. I know they've picked up now. We've dropped points at Bootle. Look, we've got to start picking up points against these teams, and that's been our downfall this season.
Danny, thanks for your honest assessment as always.
Thank you very much.